In 1990, Josephine Mutava moved to Siaya village in Kadhonzweni, Makueni County, about 2.5 hours drive from Makueni capital town, Wote. But the 70-year-old mother of 10 faced a major problem when she bought the 5-acre family land. Mutava had to find a solution.
Wakati nilisettle here, sikuwa ningepata kuni moja kutoka mahali. Ni lazima ninunue kuni. Kununua kuni za 100 zilikuwa tu kidogo. Per month nilikuwa ninatumia kama 600 ama even sometimes 1000 on firewood. Sasa nikagundua nikiambia mtu niletee kuni anaenda kuipa kwa mtu mwingine. Sasa hiyo nikaona that is encouraging theft. Kwa hivyo nikapanda miti. Saa hizi ninakata tu hapa kwangu. Ninakuwa na kuni za kutosha, alafu nikawa na njiko ambayo inatumia ile tunasema inatumia kuni moja. Hata ikiwa sio moja lakini iko na one way ambazo tunaweka kuni. Sasa ninaweza nikafanya tu pruning, na apart from kukata tu I have trees that prevent my house from being blown away by wind. There are so many advantages of trees growing around the home. Most of the people, their roofs are being blown away, but I've never experienced mine being blown away in any given time.
Over the years, Mutava solved the firewood problem. However, the farm yielded very little compared to the amount of work and produce she invested in cultivating the land. Again, this called for further thinking to find a solution to her yield problem.
I used to farm everything, but then I started leaving some part of it. After I found out that it is not the farm that makes you harvest more, but it is the method you use in farming which produces, not how big the farm is. Therefore, with a small one, but then doing conservation agriculture, you can get everything. And then I meant the conservation of the soil. And then even the natural ones started growing. And today I boast myself saying I'm a champion in climate change, conservation of the environment.
Makueni County is located in arid and semi-arid zones of Kenya's eastern region. According to the 2023-27 Third Generation County Integrated Development Plan, the county receives about 250 to 350 millimeter of rainfall. Mutava, who grew up in Makueni, says that over the years, the weather has changed greatly, with frequent shocks such as prolonged drought heavily affecting food production despite the community's effort to adapt.
From 2019, up to last year, that was 2023, we did not get anything from the shambas. At least once we get a yield in 1 year, it takes about 3 years to get another productive season. After 1980s, it is when the weather have changed that much. But before then, Makueni ilikuwa very wonderful. We used to get a lot of maize, a lot of green grams, a lot of cowpeas. But then 1985, it is when it started after we get crops, let's say during the short rains. The following year, we don't get anything, let's say about 3 years. Sometimes even up to 7 years without getting anything that we can call we have harvested. Maybe just if you get some maize, the two sealers you use them when they are on the farm, no harvesting.
Agriculture is the county's main economic activity, with 79% of households involved. Cumulatively, agriculture and related activities account for 78% of the total household income. In 2020, the sector contributed 39.14 billion shillings to the gross county product, a 20% increase from 32.51 billion shillings in 2013. But due to frequent drought, Mutava is shifting from traditional maize farming to other drought-resistant crops and livestock keeping.
I've changed from planting of maize and beans to only planting green grams and cowpeas and grain amaranth. I also keep cows for production of milk. Therefore, I'm planning to plant more grass so that I will sell the grass and also feed my cows. So when the rain fails, I will have something to get, because sale of milk, sale of grass, I feed my cows and then sell the surplus.
In addition to shifting from maize cultivation, Mutava has also added fruit trees, but this doesn't mean that the 70-year-old has stopped adding trees to her farm.
Nilipanda hizi 155, nikapanda mti mwingine ambao tunawita melia, zilikuwa 39, nikapanda moringa 39, nikapanda peaks 15, alafu maembe 13. Kuna ile project tunaita ya carbon, kufanya a bit of climate change mitigation. Kwa vile ukiangalia hizo miti, alafu hapo pote pawe na miti kama hiyo, si hiki kitakuwa a forest, nitaendelea na kugrow.
In 2021, Mutava added grain amaranth to the fruit trees and other drought-resistant crops she has been cultivating on her farm. Kenya imports nearly 10,000 metric tons of grain amaranth annually from Uganda and India to meet the shortfall in demand. The Kenya Agriculture and Livestock Research Organization, KALRO, says that the 10,000 metric tons imported are 80% of the quantities produced in the country. Grain amaranth is a pseudo-cereal native to South America and a relative of the local amaranth known as terere. It has multiple uses as a vegetable and as a nutrient-rich grain also used in livestock feed. It matures early, taking about 75 to 90 days. It is relatively drought-tolerant and gives reasonable yields even under low soil fertility and rainfall conditions. Amaranth can grow in a wide range of environmental conditions. The crop thrives well in deep, well-drained soils with a high organic matter content.
You mix 1 kg of the grain amaranth to 20 kgs of sand. Unatumia kamuti ili isiende chini kabisa after making some ridges. Alafu unaweka, kwa vile iko na ile changarawe haitamwangika mahali pamoja. It will be separated by the soil. Alafu unachukua thorny branch unapitia hapo tu, kwa hivyo inaangukiwa na very little soil. Lakini ikienda chini kabisa, ufunika kabisa, haitaniata. Ukijua mvua itanyesha maybe next week, you do the land preparation, and then about 3 days to the onset of the rains, you put your seeds, and then after it rains, they will germinate within 3 days. You start weeding during the second week. Weeding together with thinning. For vile you have to thin, you find just one plant with an interval of 30 centimeters from one plant to the other one. Because once it grows, inakuwa kubwa kabisa. Kwa hivyo you give it that space to grow well and to flower well. Fertilizer, lakini sisi tunatumia tu ya ng'ombe, ya mbuzi, ya kuku, tunachanganya tu during the land preparation.
Traditionally, terere or amaranth leaves naturally sprout after rains as long as the soil is fertile and high in organic matter. Its leaves are among the first vegetables consumed locally in Kenya for years. However, recently, amaranth seeds have gained popularity as a nutritive cereal. KALRO developed 2 grain amaranth varieties to meet the demand and has been empowering communities to take advantage of the growing market. Mutava is among the community resource persons trained by the Makueni County Ministry of Agriculture through the Anglican Development Services Eastern ADS to grow grain amaranth. Today, she trains local groups on land preparation, planting, weeding, and harvesting the grain amaranth. After training, she provides the groups with certified seeds from KALRO. What's her experience cultivating grain amaranth?
In 2022, I had just planted a small portion here. It was just a quarter.
And how much did you harvest?
About 20 kg. It can do well in our area. Only that last season, it was destroyed by the armyworm. I don't know because there was a lot of rain or what, because I had not seen it. We used to grow and we did not spray, but this time we harvested only to find that there is no grains. because mine I only got just less than 1 kg,
How much had you planted?
about half kg. You know, a kg should be planted in 1 acre, and 1 kg you can harvest up to three bags of 90 kg each. Therefore, I did not see that again. I saw it just the last season being destroyed by the armyworm. I planted about the 3 seasons.
Africa Climate Conversations reached out to Carl for an expert opinion on the armyworm infestation, but unfortunately received no response. However, according to Carl, there are several insect pests that attack amaranthus, including leaf miners, aphids, bollworms, and sporadic insects like skeletonizers, which attack the leaves. The pests mainly attack the foliage and the flower bed, while the pigweed beetle damages the stem. The diseases reported for amaranth are leaf spot, plus isolated incidences of black mold on the amaranth panicles in the arid and semi-arid lands, as well as bollworms or leaf miners. Most pests and diseases occur at the flower bud stage. These insects reduce the photosynthetic area of the leaf tissue, leading to reduced leaf or grain, depending on the variety. Attacks during the flowering stage significantly reduce leaf formation, resulting in fibrous and unfit for human consumption leaves.
The crops grew up, they yielded, but the grains were destroyed by the armyworm. We harvested only to find out the grains are not there. Ni kama zilikuwa tu kidogo. With the grain amaranth, you know, the grain is very small. They invested the flowers, therefore ikawa ni kama kumekuwa na thorns instead of making the grains.
But the pest infestation is not the only challenge that have been affecting growing the grain amaranth. Agnes Mwikali says that without sufficient rainfall, the grains does not yield better.
Mara ya kwanza niliharvest 2 kg. Sababu ya mvua ilikuwa ndogo hivi. Hiyo mvua ikosa kunyesha vizuri, inazaa vibaya. Kwa hivyo 2020 kapanda tena ikakauka kabisa, haikuwa. 2021 nikapanda tena ikakauka. Alafu last year 2023 ilikuwa nyingi, lakini ikashikwa na wadudu wakashika, nikatoa kiasi kidogo.
But despite the insufficient yields, Mwikali with a group of 15 women have been value-adding the amaranth seeds. The women have been baking and selling cakes made using a mixture of local grain such as millet, wheat flour, and milled amaranth. Here is Mwikali.
Tunatengeneza keki, tunapeleka field days. Alafu hapo tunauza kama ile walienda wote jana, yesterday but one, waliuza wakapata 500. Wakikatakata hii pieces wanauza ya 50, ya 100, ya mbao, ya 10, wakapata pesa. Hiyo ni ya kikundi. Lakini kukiwa na maharusi napewa kazi. Birthdays na vikundi wale wanataka kukata keki wananiambia niwatengenezee, niwapikie keki. Keki ya ngano, mtama na hiyo mchicha. Ile mtu anaitaka ananiitisha, hata ya wimbi. Ya mchicha najua nawekanga kombe 3, hiyo ninauza 500. Ya kombe 4 nauza 1000, sababu inachukua mayai 4. Naweza kutengeneza pesa nazo, lakini sinatoka dogo. Hiyo ndogo inatoka ninatumia kupika uji, alafu nikatumia wakati mwingine kupika hiyo keki.
But the pest challenge notwithstanding, Mutava has planted the grain amaranth again this year, albeit in a smaller section. Mutava says the group was on a 3-year trial contract, which has now ended. She is trying to encourage her group to plant grain amaranth this year, as they had a plan to sell the grain amaranth to the ADS bakery. But she adds, this time they might try using insecticides.
They gave us 3 seasons and the partnership ended, but nikaacha mimi nilikuwa na seeds. Kwa hivyo last year nikapea farmers wangu kutoka hapa mpaka huko Kiangini, nikawapatia seeds. Tulikuwa tufanye contract na NDSC. They have a bakery which uses grain amaranth. Therefore they were waiting. We sell to them, but according to what went on, tukawaambia tu tutajaribu tena tuone kama ni lazima sasa to use insecticides tuone kama zitasaa.
For more climate and environmental related stories from an African perspective, please check out our website, and also please remember to share and subscribe to the Africa Climate Conversations on both the podcast and this YouTube channel.